Hello everyone! So this video is going to be a bit of a change, but I spent some time over the last couple days recording myself building one of the parts for Aquadynamix. So anyway, I started with a pretty clear idea of what I wanted to do with this part. I was going to try to make something that referenced parts in the prequels to this level, while still trying to make it a little bit better. A big challenge in building this was that I never finished the layout. In fact, I don't think this level ever had a layout, so as such I had to try to make the gameplay that fit nicely with what was now 5-year-old gameplay. Luckily I hadn't improved really in making gameplay that much since, so I could kind of just make whatever and it fit. This level initially wasn't supposed to be that much, just kind of something I built when I was out of ideas for other stuff. But at this point I was nearing the 30-hour mark, which isn't a lot comparatively, but for me I've only reached that in like 2 or 3 projects. And still, I was and still am really enjoying working on this level. It's been a lot of fun, can't complain. So I've added these ground spikes here in a lot of my levels. And I added them here for a couple of reasons. Firstly, they add a bit of depth to an otherwise flat part, which is good. Secondly, and probably a bigger reason, is that I've had this exact design in both prequels to this level, thermodynamics and aerodynamics. And I really wanted this level to feel like an actual sequel. So I figured it should look the part. After that I made this spike design. I don't really think it looked any good. Up close maybe is fine, but during gameplay it didn't stand out or look any good. So that's what you'll see later in the video. I tried to change the spikes up to make them look better. I have a habit of making gameplay that is way too hard for me at first. I can never really get over the bad feeling I get when nerfing it after. It always feels like I'm doing something wrong, or making the level worse by making it easier. This is probably what a lot of people feel, especially with how hard levels are praised for their difficulty, even though anything I make is never going to be anything close to levels like that. So, as is obvious in the preview for this level I uploaded a couple days ago, this level's main gameplay gimmick is that it's really fast, and click pattern also follows suit. This was the same in thermodynamics, so whenever I was making the gameplay initially a couple years ago, I remember trying to live up to that, but like even more so. But I'm not really that good of a player, so I needed to make sure that I could handle this level's verification without my hand hurting too much. Also wanted to make sure that the gameplay felt fine at the end after keeping up that fast click speed for most of the level. This level's design unfortunately involves a lot of copy and paste, and as much as fun as this level is to build, copying the same design over an entire part is really not that fun at all. And I feel bad about all the copy and paste in this level, but it is what it is. Anyway, here's the spike change I mentioned earlier. I didn't really do much but try to change the colors and shapes to add a bit more contrast. Here's some more gameplay adjustments. At this point I'm really just trying to make the levels end not feel too annoying, but still like keep the same level of gameplay difficulty up. Making gameplay as I make decoration is typically not very good in terms of making a good level, but oh boy does it sure save a bunch of time. I always like to try to optimize my levels. I don't really like having a bunch of like unnecessary objects that may or may not be visible. But for this level in particular, I didn't really have any reason to care, as it wasn't really lagging. There was still less than 40,000 objects at this point. However, it just feels right to do like the minimum amount of optimization. I'm not doing a lot here, and I may or may not be wasting my time, but it's fun. As is kind of obvious in here, I wasn't really too creative with making a lot of this part, especially as time went on, but I had fun, and I think this part will fit its role in the level. I had fun building this, even though it's not finished yet. I've yet to add any air decoration or most effects or polish really, but I've got like 5 hours of footage, so here's what I got after all of that.